Hello, my friends. This is another Impulsive Compulsion video here on Question the Truth with me, Slisk Lindqvist. I'm also known as Querzion everywhere on the internet. Well, someday I will be. But yeah, okay. So the thing here is, well, Question the Truth also derives from Querzion, question, query, the truth, science, truth, the world, truth. Anyway, so I have this really big freaking problem right now. There's two subjects that goes hand in hand with each other. You can see it there. It's just a rubble of alphabet, and uh, and it's a bit of a problem right now. I started out making this video, Judgement, Values and Morals of Men. Yeah. And I stopped it and I thought, why the fuck am I doing this video? I need to do this video instead. Dividing racism raises me. Before I do the values and morals. Disclaimer, this is gonna be the next week's video, because I'm gonna take judgments and morals first, because, yeah, I stopped the other video in the middle of it, because it's disturbed my flow, and now I'm going to do it the right way, because we are gonna talk about judgment, and the values and morals that men have, men and women alike. It's not gender binary. The ones don't go into the zeros. They work together. Fuck. Okay. So let's see. The screen of the day. Here I am. I'm Slisk Lindqvist, also known as Querzion. You can find me basically anywhere. Just search for Querzion and I will be appointed to you. As the genie I am. Yes, I see myself as a genie because I am here to serve. That's a good thing, right? Right? Because that's what we're supposed to be doing, right? God said to us that we were sent here to serve others, not to oppress others. And here comes the values that we have. Let's see. Should we have this instead? Yes, judgment. Holy shit, I haven't made that yet. Okay, I can make it while I'm talking, right? People will like me anyway. Hehehe. Okay, so, whoa. Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah. Judgment. Sorry, values and morals. First off, we need to state some things here. We need to state what morals are and what values are and how they are different between everyone. And it should be something that is really freaking obvious, but it isn't. It isn't. Judgment, values, and morals. And we have the wrong color. We're gonna use a 40-40-40. Yeah. Oh, there's something wrong here. Nope. 40-40-40, I said. It's grey with a bit red in it. A tad red. Cause I like that color. Why do I like that color? I like it because it's well, how should I put it? No, I think it's 72 for this one, right? Otherwise it cannot get stuck underneath here. So put that judgment in. Okay, that will have to do. Right? Jam. 160 is probably the right one, and yeah, 960 is probably good. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay, guys, we're talking about judgment and values. Judgment is placed by our values and our morals. What we see is right and what we see is wrong. But the ones that we place judgment upon, they do things because they do not have the same judgment or the same values and the same morals that we have. But people still don't take this to heart, and they place judgment upon others as if they would be them. And when we judge others, we actually judge ourselves. I will talk about that. I've done it in an earlier video. I don't know if it was about in which one of it was. Just check the other videos and you'll learn about egoism, altruism, sexism, and objectification, and you will also learn a little bit about relationships. Yeah. No, probably not. Okay, Flinchtat. Okay, we're gonna talk about the morals. Morals are basically just right and wrong, right? And they don't really fluctuate as our values do, right? Or, well, we have values. Our values, they change over time, depending on what experiences we go through in life, in life, or with life, rather. Yeah, go through with life. So if the values change, then it can become a bit of a problem when it comes to our morals, because our morals is what's wrong and what's right, and that changes upon how our values change. And we also have the judgment that we place upon other people. We do it because of our self-centered viewing of things. We judge others because we are egocentric. We place ourselves upon that person, projecting our values and stating that I would never do that. Or is that right? Really? Because if values change and morals with them, so if someone put up $10 million on a table and he said, this is your money. If you burn down this building, and the first thought would be, yeah, sure, I can burn a building for 10 million. But if the more knowledge and experiences you have in your life, the more you will put into this thought before you say yes or no to this, because you will question, depending on what your values towards life is, you will be questioning if there are people in there or not. You will be, if there's people in there, your morals would say yes or no, depending on what depending on which values you have placed upon life, or the thing that you see as life. Like everyone has their own values when it comes to animals. Some regard them as equals. I regard animals, plants, and insects as equals to men and women. I say men because I mean human race. Yes, that's the only race we have, mon. Sorry. Okay. So we come to the judgment. It's the evaluation of which values and morals we have, and we project that upon the situation that we are taking part in, right? So, holy shit, lost track of it. I'm so thankful that you're actually listening to it, but it's probably not that important. I think you've established a base of this is right and this is wrong, and I do understand what you mean. Yeah, so let's go to the next part then. Yes, the next part is we project ourselves upon others. If someone does wrong, we project what we think is right. And we tell them because we're self-righteous. Yes. Instead of accepting that others have other values and other moral aspects of life, we get emotional and we get self-righteous. It's not good. The only one that should be the righteous one is the one that can take in more parts of the world, more that can take in more aspects of the situation. It's we have the multi-triangle. I see this as the best thing actually. I'm gonna make two things here. Two triangles. Two triangles. And these two triangles are, I'm gonna fill one of them. As we associate black or darkness with negativity, I'm going to take the one that points downwards and fill it with blue. Yes, because it's darker than white, but it's still a perspective or part of the white spectrum. So yeah, because white is all colors. Yeah. Okay, so we have this. Let's say that this is the morals of man. It's good or bad. Yes. We also have the other part of this. We have this is kind of like the Holy Trinity of thoughts. You have the first I'm just gonna write 1D, 2D, 3D. Okay, so we have this. We have 1D, 2D, 3D on each sides. because they're the opposites of each other. But it is also how we judge others upon this. This is a very simple thing to establish righteousness from, because self-righteousness is either this or this, and it's usually one of these. So you have 4 views. Did you hear that? You only have 3 here. What the fuck is happening? You only have 3, but you have 4 views. I'm gonna tell you why. Because you have the 1D, 2D, 3D. There is the views. Yes, that's the views. Okay, so you see the small circles. That's the first person view. The other one is the second person view. The third one is the third person view, which is the third element of taking in information. The fourth is to utilize all 3. You also have, this is what I think is good about things. Let's see here. Okay, we can see nuclear power. Okay, so from the first person view, we have yeah, it's good for me, and the other, it's good for everyone. The third is, well, the second is, it's good for others. The third is, it's kind of good for everyone. Yeah, I can see that it's good for those that uses it. That's the third. The whole here is that it's good for everyone. Then we have the other here. It's not good for me because my values is not okay with using this kind of means to get clean and pure energy. We have something that's called thorium. People should read up on that and learn about it, because it's it takes about 250 years instead of thousands of years to break down, and you can't make it weaponized, and that is why it was never used in nuclear power stations or nuclear power plants in the world. We use uranium and plutonium in order to silently have nuclear power research and stuff like that in order to make nuclear powered weapons. And now there's better things to use. It's called thorium, but we're still gonna go for the second, the negative perspective. Positive perspective, we're gonna have positive. Oh, why did I do that? Positive, negative. There, positive and negative is on. And let's see. It's not good for me. It's not good for others. I can see that it's probably not good for anyone of those that want to use it, and I can also see that it's not good for animals and nature and stuff like that. This is 8 perspectives of judgment. You see that? You have a 9th perspective of judgment too. Whoa, isn't that great? Yes. Okay, that's the conclusion. It holds 2 views and is still 1. This is almost like the yin and yang. You see the good in the bad and bad in the good, which is the dots. You have the good and the bad and the flow of them, the eternal flow of them, and it's enclosed in oneness. Yes? It's like that. It's like that with everything. So Buddhism is closest to understanding values or evaluating of things. But you also need all information. You need to take in the good ones and the bad ones in order to get the full version of what is true or not. If you go on just using the first person, the second person, the third person, or the fourth persona, which is also very fun. I can make this a bit easier for you. That's the 4D. It's a freaking pyramid. Yes. Nice, right? Well, it's a pyra. It's pyra. Isn't that 4, kind of? It's like a pyramid, anyway. So, it only has 3 sides to it. But it's probably a fourth perspective of everything, as there is also 4 of everything else. I haven't found the 4th yet. Trying though. Anyway, or I haven't found the 4th yet. It's the fucking pyramid. Oh, damn, I'm stupid sometimes. Yeah, okay. So when you combine these, you create the Star of David. Yay! Yeah, kind of. And that's what I see anyway. Star of David is equal to this sign. Yay! Oh, I can paint it a bit quickly here. Quick. People are so fucking stressed. They don't know how to calm down and have a good universe to live in. Yes, okay. Okay, so this is the same thing, basically. Yeah. Well, this is the good and the bad, and this is the bad and the good, and this is the bad and the good, and this is the oneness, the unity of them both. This is the perspectives making the truth, well, not really the truth, but it's still a judgment. The full truth is the 4th dimension of this, being that it's going to create 2 pyramids inside of each other. I've seen this before, and the person that I've been talking to that I like so much, she kind of says strange things to me. She saw a strange pattern, and intuitively I got a picture of it, or that information was sent to me, so I picked up a picture and I sent it to her, and it was the seed of life that she saw when she was looking at my picture. That's why I still use an old picture of myself when I'm smiling with a green background, because it's filled with life. Seed of life is seed of life. So for me it's obvious, but yeah. Okay, so But the last thing she saw with me, she said she saw a diamond. She didn't know how to spell it out, but she saw something, and intuitively I searched for diamond, but what I sent to her was go fuck yourself, strange thing. Okay. Bilder. Why can't I just... Why can't I just, like, get it? Anyway, it's the kind of the Kapala. It's a part of a seed of life, so it has to do with something else. Here it is. Here it is. Good. Awesome. Fucking awesome. So it's a geometrical symbol. Tetrahedron. I'm talking about the tetrahedron. That's... So she saw the fruit of life, which is this one. It's some more circles. The seed of life pattern is a mathematical thing that kind of gives you every... It is capable of giving you every geometrical symbol in it. So here you have a pyramid inside, or like this with the sides up. It's three-dimensional depending on how you view it. Here the same thing. Here is a cube, or it's a hexahedron, six-sided. You can only see three sides, but in here you also have this, which is one side on the bottom. You have this one side here, and this one side here. Six sides. Hexa. Tetra. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tetra is 3, so you have 3 here. What I'm talking about though is not this. This is something... Oh, we also have this. Fire, earth, air, and water. Aether. Geometrical symbols can mean so much and be so different and strange in one way or another, but what I'm talking about is a tetra. It's not a tetrahedron, it's a dual tetrahedron. We call it something else, and she saw this symbol upon somewhere around me when she looked at me, and that's the combination of, like, it's difficult to actually give out a precise... Think of two... You have the Star of David and you make a point in the middle here, in the middle of this, and in the middle of the other one, pointing out like that. Then you will have 8 points, right? Before you had 3, then 6, and then 8. Now, that's the two views of right and wrong. That's morals. Interpretation in one interpretation. But judgment can only be placed when you see it as a whole. When you can take in all of the sides. Only taking in 6 of the sides is not judgment. It's not righteousness. It's still self-righteousness. You need to oh shit, sorry, I've been showing pictures of things and not showing it to you. Sorry so much. But you have the triangle here, and I've been talking about something that I didn't show you. So freaking sorry. Well, sometimes we do stuff wrong. Here is the picture of it, and I'm gonna make this. Oh, sorry about that. Let's go back. You have. Here's the combination. Star of David. There you have the same thing. Morals, or righteousness. This is still self-righteousness. When you have the pyramids, 2 pyramids on top of intertwining with each other, you have real judgment, highest of judgment, because you have taken in both views of a whole thing. So you have the first, the second, first perspective, second perspective, third perspective, first, second, and third perspective of people, and you have the good and the bad, and this is then positive, and this is negative. You have, when you have one, you live by one perspective, or either 2 or 3, you're still self-righteous. When you use the whole of one, you're still self-righteous, even if it's good or bad. If you can't see the good in the bad or the bad in the good, then you're not capable of seeing the whole picture. The whole picture. You are not able to being righteous in your judgments. And I see the Star of David being the negative righteousness, self-righteousness, the positive self-righteousness, and the whole is then an 8-sided star, 2 tetrahedrons placed intertwined with each other, giving the 4th perspective. The 4th perspective is 3. The middle point, that's the 4th perspective. That's the pyramid built. And the 4th perspective is taken in 3 perspectives at once. 2 plus 2, 4 perspectives is this, 8 perspectives. And then you have the full circle, the 9th perspective, the full righteousness to do a righteous judgment. And I live by this. I live by this kind of judgment. I shouldn't be using the other one because I kind of stop showing the right things. But anyway, I was talking to this girl, and she saw, first time she saw this, the seed of life. It's this is the seed of life. It's also known as the fruit of life, and also the tree of life when you add to it some more circles on the outskirts. And the tetrahedron is this one. It's a pyramid that can be inside of the fruit of life as a geometrical symbol. The same goes for these. You can, well, I'm not going to go over them again. You probably heard the pod version of it before you actually saw this. I'm so freaking sorry that you had to go through a double vocation of it. Sorry. But when I place judgment upon others, I place it not with righteousness, I place it with self-righteousness. Life is without a self-righteous judgment. It does not judge because it's life. God sees and is, well, I need to make a whole other video about religion, I say. Religion. And life philosophy, which I already wrote down earlier. Fuck me, I don't even take in my own thoughts here, it seems. That's strange. Anyway, when you judge others, you judge them by your own judgment. You're using what you've learned in life, what you have been indoctrinated with. You are then self-righteous, meaning right to self. You are then judging yourself, but you're taking your self-righteousness and you're projecting it upon someone else that is not capable of having the same worldview and experiences and values and morals that you have. Is that rant and babbling? I don't know. So we can do this. Yeah. So paint. Yes, it's a good thing. It's quite easy to use, and I use it for everything. Everything that I've created is by using layers with this application here. So let's do this. We're gonna have a nice blue background, and we're gonna have a geometrical symbol here. It's gonna be like that. I don't care there. And we're gonna have a bit more greenish there. We have the horizon. Nice, yeah. So, and we're gonna have there. More to the yellow there. Yellow, not jello. Okay, and we are going to use the pencil, and we are going to use this as this, and we're going to have the brush instead, because I need to do this fat. There is two people standing here. Dum da da dum da dum. Yeah, fire on. And there, and there. Good. Okay, so this person here is about to kick the cat. There. And this is you then, coming with your pitchfork. Yeah,
pitchfork of righteousness. Yeah. And the other one doesn't really have the same righteous, well, the same values as you have, right? So and it's distressed and sad, and it's like you can't do that. Well, you can't do that because your values is not to kick the cat. The other one is I'm gonna kick the cat because I can. And it's the same thing with other stuff also that we go through in life. We use our judgment and we try to kind of, I'm gonna do this like this so it's more visible for everyone to see in its right there. Oh shit, this is boring. I can understand that your feeling is boring. I'm actually just blabbering on about nothing in this right now. I understand. You probably understand what I mean already. So, okay. And because you understand that others do not have your judgment, why do you then judge them upon your judgment? That's the question, isn't it? It's kind of, self-righteousness isn't really that good to use. You think you're doing good by saying no, you shouldn't do that and stuff like that. They don't have the same values, so in order to get them to understand your values, you actually need to question why they think it's okay. But the whole thing is that you already have the answer. They do not respect life to the same extent that you do. The same goes with people that throw stuff in nature. They do not have the same respect to life than the one that actually picks it up. And that is often enough something that has been created from childhood, when others neglected them and neglected everything good that they did and just pushed on with everything that they did bad. This has been a bit difficult for me to take in and learn about through the years, but this is also how I forgave my father. This is how I came to be self-righteous and then find righteousness in understanding, because righteousness, self-righteousness, is the understanding of the situation. It's not about, you see the things here, it's not about good or bad, it's about understanding the first, second, third perspective, taken in the fourth perspective of both, and then not separating them, but instead incorporating them both as one, and you get the ninth perspective, the true righteousness. And it's really difficult to have that in mind. Oh, it is. You need so much compassion. Oh yes, because sometimes you want to just tell people that they're fucking idiots. And if this is also something that when it comes to values and stuff like that, if I call you a fucking idiot, because you do something that I, with my values and my experiences, is wrong or not effective enough, something like that. I base my words with my values upon my past, and I give it to you, and you interpret, you read the word "you're a fucking idiot" as your past's experiences and your interpretations, your associations, and you put them onto that word. I'm going to talk about this in a later video, because this is a really big subject. When you get emotional about this and you counterattack, it's when you counterattack or get emotional, even in this first state of emotional, you're actually taking it to heart, and you're using your associations and your values upon yourself, and you're eating it up, and you're actually proving that you are an idiot. But not by the words that I have used, not the association that I have to the words. Use your own words, your own understanding. This is really difficult to comprehend in some ways, because we how should I put it? We judge others, we judge upon our own judgment, so we judge ourselves when we say some things. Well, we shouldn't judge others because of this. We shouldn't judge others because we're judging ourselves. We're talking down to ourselves when we judge others. When we speak down to ourselves, we make ourselves lesser people. We diminish our values upon ourselves by judging others. This is something that we don't really consciously think about. I consciously do that sometimes, not always. So where is the values from then? Well, we also have the values, our own values. We start with the egocentric part. We either undervalue or overvalue our own situation in life, our own persona or personality, or our traits, or who we are at large. That's where we start at. And we either have a bad value of ourselves. This is low self-esteem. And we let others take advantage of us through it. So it's really difficult to do the right thing when we judge people also, even if we think it's a good thing or a bad thing. What we do when we judge others is usually to throw them into isolation from the rest of the world, and hope that they will be contemplating what they've done without guidance, and then let them go out free again to roam the world with the same sets of thought pattern, and they will feel more neglected, thereby also more motivated to actually do the same shit that they did before. When people don't understand this and don't take in the altruistic view, the humanistic view of, and understand the basics, the core of judgment and the values that you place upon others, it's then that you bring about into the world a bad place. So we need to judge less. I'm really bad at judging less because I see children. It's not that I look down on them. Children are the most beautiful things we have on earth. We should protect them, but not through everything. It's we live in a world now where we protect the children to the extent that they themselves get neglected. Their thought patterns get neglected, and the whole thing. Have you seen the millennials? Their parents have been neglecting the intellect of the children so much that the children have gone ballistic. When I was little, just a half generation earlier than the millennials, I was free to roam the world. I was in the woods. I got hurt. I got lost. Well, not really. I always had a good sense of bearings, but I got hurt. I did stupid things, and I learned from the mistakes. We don't learn from what others tell us. We learn from our mistakes, but we only learn from our mistakes when we take guidance from others that do understand what has happened. And when others don't understand the core of the problems, they just judge others and don't think about it any more than that, because they themselves, they think of life equally to the force of they judge life equally to the one that couldn't judge life at all, or the couldn't judge the value of life. And people think they're righteous and good, and it's... I've done a lot of stupid things, and I've had to think for myself about everything. The only thing I have that is remotely an enemy is myself. That's the only enemy I have. Myself. It's the only one that puts me into negative situations. The only thing that takes me to the positive situations. The only thing that can value or revalue or evaluate the situation I'm in. And we also have this kind of strange view of maybe I should go into that too, mental health, and I need to make a new video about mental health and mental health and treatment of life. There. Okay. In short, I think I've said enough here right now for you to have something to think about. And since the videos that I make always have some, they're always long, it's because I am who I am and I'm not going to be anyone else. I'm not going to shorten down the videos because I always have something to say. Even if I don't say anything good that is received as good, it's probably something that you will later on think about more. But I have this to say: thank you for watching the video. I'm really grateful that you stayed this long, and it's of your free will to do as you want with the next part of the text here. Thank you, and goodbye.